things of the past or dwell on what happened long ago. Watch for the new thing I am going to do. It is happening already. You can see it now. A very keen look at the life of Samson and the tragedy of his fall leaves us with a lot of lessons for our own lives and our relationship with God and with one another. It should scare us to submit ourselves to the attractions that are destructive and the distractions that are attractive in this life. This is because there are destructive attractions and there are attractive distractions evident in our time. Now, the text of the book of Judges, chapter 16, reading from the first verse down to the 21st verse, gives us the full story of what transpired between Samson and Delilah. Samson was born a Nazarite, and the gift of his ordination, the gift of the presence of God, which remains the source of his strength and his power, was in his hair, with the instruction that our hair should not be cut off, but in the arms of a woman, in times of pleasure, having form, he was led into revealing that secret. On his part, he tried not to. If you read from verse 1 to 21, for 4 times, while Delilah was attempting with his cunning and sugar-coated and honey-coated mouth to ask Samson the source of his power, because the Philistine leaders and elders are using her as a tool to get at this powerful man, full of strength and power. Samson tried to dissuade her, but of course, when a woman puts on a gloomy face, they always find their way to get what they want. Finally, Samson submitted and said, when my hair is cut off or shaved, I will lose my power. But we see that Samson made a great mistake doing this, but that is not the end of the story. His power was gone. He was captured, tortured, placed in a mill to work laboriously. He was helpless. But while doing that, verse 22 of the same book of Judges, chapter 16, remarked, however, the hair of his head began to grow again after it had been shaved. Great. That is God at work. Samson has made a great mistake. He has done this. His power left him, but God is restoring that power. The hair is growing again. First and foremost, Samson loved genuinely and sincerely and trustfully. He loved Delilah. Yes, we are all invited to do the same. But now go further. But however, Delilah is an image of a bad woman here. There's so many good women out there who are sincerely and genuinely pouring out their hearts without deceit, without deception, without mistrust on the man. Our greatest fall can be caused by our most beloved people. And this brings us to the words of St. Peter, who reminds us in 1 Peter chapter 5 from verse 8 into 9 that we need to what? Be vigilant, be watchful, because the enemy can use anyone as a tool to get at you. Finally, my dear friends, that any one of us, male or female, should beware and not to be dissuaded by familiarity, attractiveness, persistent persuasiveness in the argument of anybody into making us to commit evil. All hope is not lost. Now, God has prevented the Philistine as well from noticing that Samson's hair has started growing. Yes, they didn't know. And as this was happening, when the hair began coming, he became powerful again, pulling down structure and destroying them. What has been your mistakes of life? Maybe the wrong investments, maybe toxic relationships, missed opportunities, unhealthy life, drug, lifestyles that are not godly, ridicule which has brought shame, ridicule, and some entrapment unto you, do not be afraid. The Lord will renew your strength. The Lord will renew your life. The dry places and the dry areas of your life, He will visit again, and they will become alive. They will be vivified. They will be enlivened, and life will grow afresh from you again. Samson made this mistake. We all might have made mistakes, but the Lord always abides to give us a second chance. Samson had a second chance. You too will have it.